Hello, everyone. I welcome you all, my dear learners, to today's discussion session. Today's discussion is about a skill that can truly change your academic and professional journey. That is, speaking confidently in interviews and meetings. Many people have strong knowledge and brilliant ideas, but still they struggle to express themselves when it matters the most, when it is the right situation. Nervousness, hesitation, or fear of judgment often stop us from showing our true potential, from expressing what we really are. There are always blockages in this path. Confidence in real life is not a difficult thing to get. You just need to bring confidence from within. Confidence in communication is not something only a few people possess. It is a skill that can be learned, practiced, and developed. In today's session, we will understand seven important habits that help us communicate confidently and professionally in real life situations. If time permits, then we will discuss more than that. Right? So, Nirupama, I want to ask you to put forward the first pointer.
Sure, Rishika. Thank you, Rishika, for that. So basically, one of the first things that we can do is be observe our body language, pay attention to our body language, and basically sit or stand up straight. So that makes you feel that you're confident, and it shows that you're confident as a person, and it also shows that you're a positive person. It also shows that you're interested and you're waiting to listen to somebody or learn something from somebody just with your body language, which is the way you talk, the way you sit, the way you walk. All these are important.
Yes, right. I totally agree with you, Nirupama. That's really important. You should always keep a track of how you are behaving, as well as whether your mind is clear or not, your thoughts are clear or not. I totally agree with you. Another pointer which I would like to add from my side is that start with a clear first impression. As we all know that the first impression is the last impression. So, the first few seconds of speaking often decides that how others perceive you or what idea others have about you. It is always important to start in a confident way because a confident beginning always sets the tone for the entire conversation, right? When you introduce yourself or begin speaking, keep your voice steady and your sentences should be articulated in a simple way. Avoid rushing, and a calm greeting and a structured introduction immediately creates a positive impression of yourself in front of your interviewers. Right? Let me give you a quick example. Instead of giving a long, confusing introduction, you can just say, "Good morning" or "Good afternoon. My name is Trishika, and I have a strong interest in learning and improving my professional skills." And you can just modify this vice versa. If you are going for a technical job, you can modify it accordingly. Just try to keep the introduction simple and polished because a clear start will always help you to feel settled and it will also help the listeners to focus on you. What do you think about it, Nirupama?
Yes, absolutely, Rishika. I agree with you on that. It is very important, like you said, to be clear with what you're saying, which comes to the next point. Uh, Talking softly and slowly is very important rather than rushing and talking and having a conversation in a hurry. Because it's important to be understood. It's important to understand what the other person is saying so that the listener is also at ease and can understand what the other person wants to say. One other thing to add to this is to avoid two words. One is like or um. These two words are not very professional, so we will avoid that because we're in a more professional environment. It's a different environment, so we will avoid those two words.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Nirupama. We should refrain from using the fillers because it will create a negative impact and it will also make us feel underconfident, right? I agree with you. Another pointer I would like to add here is that you should always try to organize your ideas before responding to the situation. In interviews and meetings, many people they are pressurized. They feel that, oh no, time is ticking like a bomb, and I have to answer immediately, right? But the confident speakers will always take a brief moment to think and answer. You should always remember it is not on the basis of the time you take, but on the basis of the clarity of your thoughts that you are evaluated, right? You can just try to take 2 to 3 seconds before showing your confidence and as well as your clarity. It will help you to avoid unnecessary words, just like you said, Nirupama. Or actually, or apart from that. Instead of using these fillers, you can take your time, take a pause, and then you can answer. If I give you an example, if I asked a question, pause slightly, then respond with a structured answer, right? What are some of the advantages of it? If I am the interviewer and I'm asking you a question, you have to pause slightly so that you will get enough time to think about the answer, right? It will help you to think about the main idea. It will help you to go for the short explanation, and it will also help you to give an example. And this makes your speech logical and impactful. What do you think about it, Nirupama?
Absolutely, Drishika. Like you said, I agree with you on that. Just to add to this, it's very important that it seems like there's a good conversation going on between the two people, and the flow is good as well of talking. So, like you said, and I would add to this, being in a hurry to answer the question is not the main idea. It's about really thinking about the question and coming up with a creative answer. For example, maybe by pausing, you can come up with a more creative answer, and that will do you good to like not be anxious and rush with the answer in the conversation.
Right, right. Absolutely correct. I totally agree with you, Nirupama. And another pointer that I would like to make here is that we should always use simple and natural language. You might have often noticed that the native speakers, they sound so good, they sound so confident. What is the reason behind it? Because they try to speak naturally. They are not trying to put more complicated words, bombastic words. They are not trying to make a piece of information complicated, right? Because confidence does not come from using difficult vocabulary. It comes from being understood easily. If you are using difficult words and your audience is not able to understand you, then I don't think so that you will become successful in conveying your information, right? Many learners, Nirupama, they try to use complicated words so that they will sound impressive, and this only increases nervousness. Simple language will sound always more natural and professional. Example, instead of saying, I would like to elucidate my competencies, you can say that I would like to explain my skills. Right? This will help you to sound more better because clarity always creates stronger confidence than compared to complexity. What is your opinion, Nirupama?
Yes, absolutely. Like you said, clarity versus, complicated words. Obviously, clarity holds more of importance. So I think it's better that you stick to something simple than something complex.
Absolutely. That's right. That's right, Nirupama. So would you like to add one more pointer from your side?
Yes, I think one of the most important things to see, here is that you should be yourself, nobody but just yourself, your natural self, your honest self, and that will just help you get motivated during the interview and in official meetings as well. And just being yourself is the best thing that you can do during this time and this experience.
Exactly, exactly. I agree with you. Be your natural self. Don't try to pretend because they are also interviewers. They have been taking interview for a long period of time. They will get to know that whether you are being your natural self or you are pretending, right? Another pointer which I would like to add, this will be the last pointer for today, that we should always control our voice and breathing. right? Because nervousness will always affect our voice when we are speaking too fast, when we are speaking too slow, too softly, or we are losing clarity, right? All these things point to one thing, that you are nervous. So, controlling the breathing will help you to stabilize your voice. Before going to the interview, just take a deep breath. Make sure that you use positive affirmations that I can do it. I will ace the interview. I will get the job, right? Because this thing will play a game with your mind and you will ace the interview. And before speaking in front of the interviewers, try to take a slow breath, speak at a moderate pace, and also allow small pause between the sentences. Example, during meetings, pause after an important idea. This not only calms you, but also gives the listeners time to absorb your message, right? So, controlled voice will always signal confidence, even if you feel nervous inside, isn't it? So, today, I think we had a very fruitful discussion, Nirupama, right? And I hope that this particular video will be useful for all the learners out there. So, to conclude, confident communication is built through awareness and practice. Today, we explored how a strong first impression, organized thinking, simple language, voice control, active listening, calm handling of questions, and vice versa can transform the way we are speaking in interviews and meetings. So, always try to be your natural self and don't try to pretend. Express what you are, right? So, with this, we can conclude today's class as well as session. We will meet the learners with another round of discussion. And thank you, Tutor Nirupama, for joining today's class. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you.